This is Matt from MGMT Boston. On this episode of Lantern, we are downtown today with Bryan, the CRO of AtScale. Bryan, what are you and your team building here at AtScale?
Well, first off, thanks for having me. Thanks for reaching out.
It's good to be here.
So what is AtScale? AtScale is a universal and agnostic semantic layer built for enterprise scale. So if you're a data person, maybe your ears perked up. Everyone else is like, what the hell does that mean? What it means is when a business user asks questions of a business's data, they get 100% accuracy in 100% of the right context. So that sounds simple, but it's actually really hard to do. And it's hard to do because historically, data is in different places, different databases, different sources, so the format of the data is different. The tools that they use to analyze the data, Power BI, Excel, or even now with AI, different LLMs, they're all different, and it's really complex, especially in large organizations. What AtScale does is we simplify that. You define a business metric once and you deploy it anywhere. So something like total revenue, churn, gross margin, like simple business definitions are defined differently from vertical to vertical, company to company, and even within the same company, completely different. AtScale, define once, deploy anywhere, and we're in the limelight right now because everyone's trying to solve this with AI agents.
And anyone who's ever tried to pull any sort of data in an enterprise knows like that is not an easy thing to do. Now, you just joined a CRO. You had a really successful run at Snowflake. Now you're stepping into this AtScale role. What are you excited about in 2026 that you'll be leading the team, in this new AI moment?
I would boil it down to three things. I said this to people on recruiting calls and even just on my LinkedIn. Three things: timing, territory, talent. No matter how good of a salesperson you are, you need the timing, and the timing is absolutely right. Semantic layers have been around for a while. Our founder, Dave Mariani, built this thing. We have a nice head start on some people and some competition, but everyone is trying to solve this context problem, and we're uniquely positioned for that. The tech, like I said, it's legit. I mean, look at some of the logos we have. We do best when organizations are big, complex, and messy because we help simplify that. And you can go on our website and see some of the brand names and logos. And then just talent. Like, it wasn't just me that joined. Our whole executive team recently, from architect to product. We're hiring a CMO, which is hopefully you can help us with.
Sure.
But we're super, super excited about kind of what we're building.
That's great. Now, you've obviously learned a lot in the world of data, whether it's from Snowflake, now stepping into this role. What has happened maybe over the last year, a more recent insight about sort of like this AI era that you would share with other go-to-market leaders in Boston and coast to coast?
Well, what's interesting is I left Snowflake when it was a well-oiled machine. So guardrails were like this, processes were like this.
Sure.
When I joined, it was not like that. We had to build a playbook and kind of what I'm building here. I think the biggest advice when I talk to different people from a recruiting perspective, but also go-to-market leaders, like I would say, don't lose the human element. And I think people over-rotate towards the playbook methodology. 100%, you need a guiding compass, but it's not like the end-all be-all. You take an input and then look at your playbook and that's the output. That's not how sales works. People buy from people they like. And if you like Uber simplify my job, it's three things. It's hiring good people, developing them for what they want in their career personally and professionally, and then retaining them. We want to keep good people. That's all done with human interaction, right? The saying of people don't care what you know until they know you care. Like, I'm a big believer in that, and that's what we're building with our sales arm.
I think that's a really good piece of advice. And last, how can we help you? How can we help AtScale grow with really large enterprise, $1 billion+ ambitions?
Well, first and foremost, this Snowflake investment from the strategic side, this was not a, hey, here's our venture arm writing you a check. We're going to announce some really exciting stuff coming up at Snowflake Summit that goes beyond just my world, the go-to-market. There's a lot of integrations and contingencies on the product we're super, super excited about. So that's just like gasoline on the fire.
Totally.
So what that has done has given us an influx of capital and flexibility to hire the best people. So CMO I mentioned, but that's not limited to just the marketing side. Engineering, product, we're always looking for the best people. And selfishly, I'm looking for ICs, first line leaders here in Boston, in the Bay Area, UK, all over. So we have a lot of flexibility with what we're looking for. We're just looking for A players right now.
That's fantastic and a lot to look forward to. This is Bryan, the new CRO of AtScale. Matt from MGMT Boston on this episode of Lantern. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, man.